Media.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. We've talked a lot about Jagmeet Singh and his wacko ways, but one thing that I've always pointed out in recent history is the fact that his brother is a lobbyist for Metro Inc. And Jagmeet Singh, anytime he brings up rich, filthy CEOs, he always likes to go after Galen Weston Jr. over at Loblaws. In fact, I often question if the month-long boycott of Loblaws is in any form of relation to Jagmeet Singh and his paid interest groups trying to lobby on behalf of Metro Inc. to gain some form of business front. Well, today in the House of Commons, Pierre Poilievre has called for an investigation. This is breaking into Jagmeet Singh's brother, and this couldn't come at a better time. I wanted to get this out very quick for you guys, so again, I apologize if we don't have all the details locked in step, but here we go. I'm going to do this article from True North News, dropping this early this afternoon. Pierre Poilievre calls to investigate into Jagmeet Singh's brother for connection to firm lobbying for Metro Inc. He says that Pierre says Jagmeet Singh might want to give his own brother a call if he has an issue with grocery store lobbyists. Pierre has asked Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to support an investigation into the lobbying activities of Jagmeet's brother, Jagmeet Singh, for being vice president of a firm that lobbies for the grocery chain Metro. This comes after Jagmeet Singh has accused the Conservatives of cozying up with grocery lobbyists. So again, Jagmeet kind of pushed the animal into the corner, kind of the old F around, find out. During question period on Wednesday last week, Pierre addressed a previous question raised by the leader of the NDP. The Prime Minister is giving $25 million to Loblaws and Costco when they're making record profits. What's it going to take for this Prime Minister to understand? The big grocery chains are raking in billions. They really don't need the handouts, Jagmeet said. Poilievre noted that Trudeau government could only give handouts to the grocery industry because of NDP support. He questioned if Jagmeet's close ties to the grocery lobbying group were a conflict of interest. Absolutely they are. Not a single penny of that money could have gone in without a vote of the NDP coalition partner, Pierre said. But we learned something else. This might have been due to the influence of the NDP leader's spokesman and brother, who is a company lobbyist for Metro. The NDP leader has frequently accused Poilievre of being beholden to grocery store lobbyists, which is very hypocritical given the relationship with his brother. The leader of the NDP's brother, Guritan, was hired as vice president at Toronto-based Crestview Strategies last May. Guritan's profile on the company's website promotes his former work as MPP for the riding of Brampton East in Ontario legislature and his experience in knowing and dealing with government, community, and labor union leaders. Of course, we see here and we'll show this clip, Pierre asking Trudeau if he'll investigate NDP leader Jagmeet Singh and his brother on the former MPP who now works as a lobbyist for Metro. Let's take a look at the clip.
Mr. Speaker, the NDP leader was just asking about why the Prime Minister gave tens of millions of dollars in corporate handouts to powerful grocery chains. So the answer, of course, is that he voted to let the Prime Minister do that. Not a single penny of that money could have gone without the vote of the NDP coalition partner. But we learned something else, that this might have been due to the influence of the NDP leader's spokesman and brother, whose company is a lobbyist for Metro. Would the Prime Minister support an investigation into whether or not the NDP leader's spokesman and brother has been unduly influencing the leader of the NDP?
The Right Honourable Prime... The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we can see very clearly that all the stories out about the lobbyists' connections with the Leader of the Opposition are actually hurting the Leader of the Opposition, which is why he's asking those questions of the NDP. But he has an opportunity right now, Mr. Speaker, to make it clear that he stands with Canadians and stands to ask the wealthiest to pay a little more by announcing now that he will support our measure on increasing the capital gains imposition on Canadians, asking the wealthiest to pay a little bit more. He has dodged that question since the budget came out. Does he support the increase on the capital gains inclusion rate?
Unbelievable. So, of course, Trudeau's going to hold that over his head. However, as we get more into the article, when Poilievre asked Trudeau in the House of Commons to support an investigation into whether or not Jagmeet's spokesman and brother has been unduly influencing the leader of the NDP, Trudeau claimed it was Poilievre who has a lobbyist problem. he can see very clearly that all the stories out about the lobbyists, as he said, connections of the leader of the opposition are actually hurting Poilievre, which they're not, which is why he's asking the question of the NDP. Conservative ethics critic Michael Barrett wrote a letter to the Commissioner of Lobbying Canada saying that Guritan is not registered as a lobbyist, which he stated would breach the lobbyist code of conduct. The letter questions whether the communications between the two brothers that would require Guritan to register as a consultant lobbyist. A look into the transcripts of the House of Commons shows that Jagmeet only mentioned Loblaws twice in 2022, but after his brother was hired, Jagmeet mentioned the grocery chain giant 5 times in 2023, 9 times in the first 5 months of 2024, Barrett noted. In contrast, Jagmeet mentioned Metro on 4 separate occasions since Guritan was hired by Crestview. In 3 out of the 4, Loblaws was mentioned in the same statement. According to the lobbyist registry, Jagmeet met with lobbyists 39 times over the last 12 months. The meeting registrations did not mention Metro. The lobby comes, or this comes, days after Singh criticized opposition leader for meeting with lobbyists. Again, we showed this video last week about the hypocrisy, again, where I mentioned Jagmeet's brother and said, it's funny that he criticizes Pierre for meeting with, lobbyists and grocery chain lobbyists when his own brother is one. Of course, it says here more than 100 active or recent corporate lobbyists have attended the Conservative Party Cash for Access fundraisers since Pierre became leader. I'm sure his brother wasn't one of them. Pierre called on corporate leaders to fire lobbyists in an open letter last week. Through the registry of lobbyists shows Pierre has met with lobby groups over 29 times in the last year. However, not all of the groups are corporate. He said business leaders are relying on their useless and overpaid lobbyists to meet with Crystia Freeland or Trudeau, hoping they can convince them while the Conservatives fight them in the House of Commons that they just won't cut it. Crestview Strategy also lobbied for Rogers, along with other groups and corporations. Singh has attacked Rogers in the past for its high prices and lack of competition in the market. Now, that again states nothing, but it's great to see at this point that we're going to see hopefully an investigation into Jagmeet Singh's brother. And again, when people say, well, nothing's going to come of it, nothing's going to happen, I'm not so sure about that, because if you see in the House of Commons again, as I stated, this is when the heads are starting to bite each other off, the Hydra, it's going to get messy. Jagmeet really has nowhere to go on his hypocrisy at this point. And while I've displayed my dismay many times for these inquiries really resulting in nothing coming out of them and them seeming like a nothing burger, it'll still be good to expose the hypocrisy and essentially shut Jagmeet up when it comes to these kind of bold accusations being strung around the House of Commons. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think we'll see a committee? Do you think Trudeau's going to shut it down? I'm interested to hear your comments down below. If it's the first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure as you're hitting that subscribe button, you click the bell and get notified every time content drops here on The Fringe. Don't forget to join us every Friday, aside from this Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central for Friday Night Fringe, where we go over everything that's happened in the past week, everything coming up in the week ahead. Due to the long weekend this week, I will be out of town. I'm sure many of you will be as well. So we'll skip this week and move on to every Friday after that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.